Yes, we can't play a game without him, unfortunately, Baz, or a very good game. You could play, but it'd be pretty ordinary without these two fellas. Well, there's three of them in the grand final. Of course, you drop something, mate?
No, mate.
No? Okay.
Your wallet.
Andrew Crosby joins us and Tom Bryce. Fellas, firstly, well done on getting the grand final. Glenelg put out a third one for you, first one for you, Tommy. So maybe we'll start with you, mate. The build-up on the day for you, the nerves start pumping a bit?
Yeah, thanks for having us. Absolutely. It's not every day you get to umpire grand final, so it's exciting and just a massive privilege. So you got to embrace it all. And thankfully, I was next to the veteran Cros, and it's just a
veteran.
Cros, the veteran at three, mate.
Yeah. Now, mate, this was only Phil. 37 games. That's all he umpired before he got a GF.
Okay,
that's a great performance. But you know what I love though, mate? The tradition in the umpires is the guy that's umpiring his first game, not the umpire that's umpiring his third, who's been there and done that, has to bounce the ball first up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
so
the tradition.
Tommy gets the gig after 37 games, he gets a grand final, and then he's got to bounce the ball to start the thing.
How'd you rate it, Andy? How'd you rate him on his first bounce, mate?
It was about a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5.
It was just slightly veered
to the right, didn't it, mate?
Yeah.
But look, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It just went Glenelg's way. We weren't happy with it, but that's all right. That's okay.
And is it any different for you, mate? You know, when you've had the experience, the first one you've gone through what Tommy's done. The third one a little bit more relaxed.
Oh, absolutely, it is. I remember that first one. It was still a bit of a blur, and I remember walking out onto the oval the first time. And I don't know if you remember, but I actually said, just as we were on the race about to walk onto the oval, I said, just soak this up. This will be the best few minutes of your life.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I walked out there and it was just amazing. But yeah, this time I was a lot more relaxed. I got a chance to soak it all up. A lot of the times during the game, I know the boss probably doesn't want to hear this, but I was looking around just enjoying the crowd when the ball was down the other end, just soaking it up because you just never know when it will be the last grand final. So it was a good day.
Man, it's interesting you say that because it's terribly difficult to concentrate for the entire time. So having a look at the crowd and have a look at it somewhere else would take away a little bit of that tension anyway. You know, I mean, you don't get caught spectating. I mean, that's what would happen to me as an umpire. I'll be watching the game, going, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to get in there. Yeah. But to turn off for that second, if you're not involved in the play, and have a look around and whatever, you know, we used to tell players to do that, the cricketers, at the end of every ball, just switch off.
It's funny you should mention the cricket one. I was talking to someone only yesterday about that, about how difficult that would be as a cricketer, and they said, in between balls, they switch off. So
you've got to,
golfers do it in golf.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a long time to concentrate. But I picked my moments when there was obviously no chance at all of anything happening that I didn't need to be there for.
But it still does take away that tension, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it'll just relax you a little bit more.
And I think a relaxed umpire is going to be a good umpire on the day as well. So hopefully, I think we all.
So where you're going with this, Andy, is that you were looking at the crowd when he did his first bounce. He didn't even notice.
You didn't see it.
So I'll give it. How did that first bounce go?
I watched the replay.
37 games, Tom, and to get a grand final is pretty impressive. How many do you reckon you did before you got your first one?
I was about 130 or so.
Kind of up there. Yeah. How'd you find out?
It's a good one.
A phone call Monday morning from Shane Harris, our state manager, which was an awesome phone call, and very thankful to receive that. And then obviously it's probably more special to tell your family, phone them afterwards and let the friends know and everyone involved in umpiring, because at the end of the day we're although there's three of us out there, we're representing the whole SANFL umpires department. So got to go out and do a good job. Obviously, it's an honour and a privilege, but you still need to officiate the game as best as you can.
Did you expect the call? Or did you have an inkling? Did you think you may be a chance to get a gig? Did you? Let's go back. Did you umpire any of the semis? Or
Yeah. So the 3 weeks prior, I was fortunate enough to umpire, and as I said, you're always wanting to put your best foot forward. So if you're privileged enough to receive that call, then obviously it's extremely exciting. But at the same point, you've got to be wrapped for whoever gets that opportunity, and just get around your mates.
So how does he break it to you? Hey, righto, Tommy. Guess what, mate? Or is it, hi Tom, how are you, mate? Mate, you got the gig here. How does he do it?
I don't know.
Is he excited? Is he up?
Yeah, obviously, because at the end of the day, it's exciting news for us. So he shares that excitement, and at the end of the day, Shane gives us all the resources we need to succeed, and then the onus is on us to do a good job.
Hey, Tom, it's a little bit that when we get the phone call, and I'll come back to you, Andy, and ask you about your first time. You know, they say, well done, Tom, you'll be umpiring the grand final, and then you really don't remember the next 3 or 4 sentences after that, and then you go, oh yeah, I better listen to what he's got to say. Does that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all a blur, the rest of it, once you find out you're running. I kind of thought he might have been joking at first, but I guess reality settles in when you tell your parents or whatnot, and you're just seeing how proud they are of you. Then sort of hits home. So
it's not a good time for him to ring back and say, by the way, it was a joke.
Yeah.
The three different ones for you, because you've had the 3 calls. First one a little bit that way. Third one you go, yeah, thanks for the call.
The first one, I guess I wasn't expecting it. First one I wasn't expecting it, and it was I was driving to work. I was a teacher at that stage, and I saw the phone call. We know it comes around 8 o'clock is generally when he rings you on a Monday morning. So I pulled over and he gave me the news, and then it was huge. And then I had to go and teach, and I was no good.
No good.
I was just sitting down talking about footy with the kids. The second grand final I did in 2016, I think I felt like I was a fair chance, I guess, to do that. And the one just gone, like I said, we know 8 o'clock is the time when he rings. He always starts with the emergency umpire first. That's the first phone call, get that one out of the way.
Yep.
And then he does the 3 grand final umpires. My phone call came at 8 o'clock on the dot. So I thought, I'm emergency. But he actually rang and said, you got the gig. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Well, speaking of that, you know the emergency guy, because we all feel for the guy that misses out on the team, grand final, he missed out, he missed out.
Just missed out.
How do you handle the emergency umpire for you guys? I mean, it's a tough call to ring up and go, hey mate, I'm really sorry you missed out. At the same time you go, I'm so wrapped I got in.
Yeah.
How do you guys handle that?
Yeah, it's a tough one because we feel for the emergency umpire. I mean, I've sat one in 2015 and you do feel a bit out of it, I suppose.
Because you guys are a really good team. It's one of the things I've always enjoyed about the umps. So.
But I guess we try and make the most of the group as well and make them part of the day. But I know it is a lonely sort of job sitting on the sideline, knowing you've umpired all year and you really want to be out there, but you're not. So yeah, it's a tough.
Which one's worse? Sorry, Bez.
Yeah, you're right,
the
mate.
emergency umpire or not being the emergency umpire? Would you rather be the emergency, or do you reckon you'd rather go? I'd rather not. I reckon as it is tough.
Depends who you ask.
I think being an emergency, you've still got a role to play. So
Yeah.
What is that role, Tom? What is that role? Emergency umpire. You've still got a role to play.
Yeah.
I want to know what the role is. He's going to sit on his bum and he's going to do nothing.
Eat lollies.
Eat lollies and hope like
No one gets injured.
No one gets injured.
Or hope someone does so we can go.
Yeah. Oh, Bryce, are you all right? Yeah. You don't look well. You don't look well. That's a tough gig. For anybody, even a reserve. You know, back in the days when it was a reserve. Yeah. You know, once you come off the ground, you couldn't go back on type thing. You know, you feel for those blokes. But you did a good job. You know, one of the things that you always, I always say about umpires, if you don't notice them, they've done a good job. And I don't think we notice the blokes in the GF, which is great. Although we might have noticed you a couple of times, and you bugger. No.
It's just the head that stands out.
But you would have walked off happy with your job. That's what I'm saying, because I thought you did a great job. And I'm a Portman, we lost. And normally you can say, well, those bloody umpires, you know, whatever. But no, I never heard a Port Adelaide person, and I mean this, say to me, hey Baz, we got robbed. I thought you did a great job. All 3 of you did a great job. And you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're pretty happy, and I know the boss was as well. You're never going to please everyone. Look, I can't help but read social media. I actually find it funny. Actually, there's some people that weren't happy with me at all. Yeah. They might have thought I was a bit of a flog, but that's okay.
Wouldn't it? I mean, come on, that would be from a game 3 years ago. You know, that guy still doesn't like you.
Absolutely.
From a game 3 years ago. That's where that's coming from. Not necessarily the GF. It's still you. You bugger. He did that.
I think a lot of people still have that mentality about umpires. They're the enemy. They're out to get us. Whereas obviously we're not. We're very much neutral. But yeah, it's part of the game.
Well, the thing is with the umpiring. Sorry, Phil. The thing is with the umpiring here is that you blokes also want to umpire in the AFL. You want to be an AFL umpire. That's the pinnacle. So you're not going to go out there. You're not going to go out there.
Another 37 games, Bryce will be the AFL grand final.
No, I wouldn't think it'll be that many.
No, but 27.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you're not going to go out there and make a complete goose of yourself in a grand final or any game, because there's the eyes of the world watching you as well. There's umpires sitting up in the grandstand, umpires coaches and umpires observers, whatever they call them, they're watching you as well.
Yeah. So you talk about the like the process each week. We actually get reviewed every week. So
Yeah, absolutely. After a game, you have a review, I guess, initially with the coach. That can be a brief conversation, and then also with your umpire and peers. And then throughout the week at training, we'll sit down, watch some vision, identify areas we can work on. And yeah, as I said, you always have a desire to be the best you can be. And at the end of the day, we've got a job to play come game day. And we like to do that to the best ability we can.
Well, Andy, Tom, you certainly did that. Well done. You're a slice of history, 33 years since the Tigers won one, so when they talk about it, your names will get mentioned, and obviously you did a great job, so it's always nice to get mentioned favourably as opposed to the other way. Appreciate you coming in, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Stay with us.